All right, and we are live right now. It is 10 o'clock Asian time, so we will get started. Welcome back to NFT Tuesdays. This is officially the week of NFT NYC, so there's going to be a lot of people uh, not here. So today will probably be a little bit shorter. But let's go ahead and send out the links and pop this chat out. Also, my speaker's not working, so there may not be any lo-fi in the background today. Hang on 1 second. Oh, that doesn't even look good. Okay. Cool. Alright, so let's look at the Bitcoin chart. Because, like it or not, everything is still very correlated with crypto in general. So we had like a record crash. Apparently, we've had more wiped out liquidations than in the past previous two cycles. And we're just starting to see a slow rebound, even though the MACD has not crossed over into a buy signal. So this might be dead cat bounce. I guess we'll find out. Yeah, this is really brutal. Like, especially if you start from up here, and then you have like a little bounce here, and then some sideways, and just it keeps going down. And that just might be the pattern. As we keep getting lower and lower, we're extremely oversold right now with the RSI charts. And overall, it's just not looking too good for the crypto market. I ran a poll, a Twitter poll, that was asking what people thought would happen during NFT NYC, if they thought NFTs would pump during and dump after, dump during, pump after, or nothing, it's all going to zero. And the winner was, it's all going to zero. So there's the confidence in the market, which is negative right now, which is totally understandable, you know. But there are still opportunities. If you watch my previous videos, I laid out some really cool like learn to earn opportunities, plus studying, you know, the choppy waves of a certain few collections, just to kind of create your own luck in these sort of markets. But Ethereum is also in a similar pattern, having extremely long downward trends since pretty much April 4th. Yeah. And we actually hit, I think on BTC, at least on some exchanges, we hit lower than the previous highs, which doesn't usually happen. I think Bitstamp is the one I used. So if we scroll all the way back, yeah, so the previous all-time high, pretty close. It's pretty close. Previous all-time high on this exchange was about 17,934. And here it dropped to this is really hard to do. 17,930. So we are flirting with the previous all-time high in this new low. And you'd have to look on multiple exchange charts to kind of see that happen, but that hasn't happened in a while. You know, if you go back to the previous high before 2017, it was about 1138, and then the previous low that we had here was 3178. Yeah. So let's look at NFTs. I usually go to gym for this. Oh, let me pop out the chat. What up? Hey guys, good morning and good evening. Yeah, you think I'm being optimistic? How do I pop out this chat? There we go. Welcome, Ivan. Oh my gosh, it's like the first time he's made my live streams. I feel so flattered right now. Yeah, I wouldn't call myself optimistic, to be honest. So there's definitely more room to fall. I mean, what, the Feds are kind of the main players, and they pretty much said they're going to keep hiking interest rates throughout the year, part of like what, quantitative easing, which I'm not even going to pretend to understand what that really entails. But it's so good to see you back, Phil. Let's check out the NFT. So this was really weird. I saw this happen, and I've never seen this before. BAYC. I'm not sure what this is, but it's only one. And these are obviously not real because they're only trading at below an ETH. I wonder if it's a free mint. Oh. How do you have 125% minted? Okay, well, so free mints happening right now is medieval pixel art. That one's somehow got 125% minted. Metaspace dudes, only 8%. RR Azuki. So here's the other thing, RR again. I don't know what this RR means, but it's also happening with the Bored Ape. And then the rest are sort of just, not really touched. I think the free mint degen wave is kind of running its course for the most part. So RR Mutants version 3, 371 mints as of last hour. We'll definitely check Twitter and see what that is. But let's go down the list real quick. So Bored Apes right now are at 82.9. Oh, Ryder Rips. Oh my god. Okay, I'll get to that. Ryder Rips is this guy that just came out with like an hour and some documentary about how the Bored Apes are basically like Nazi, like infused with Nazi insignia and all that sort of stuff. So I only watched part of it, and it was a little, it was a little conspiracyist to me. But hey, it's entertaining, right? There's never a dull moment in this space. But Bored Apes are down to 82.9. CryptoPunks had a pump, which was like the last couple of days. Of course, right before they made an announcement direct from Yuga Labs. So now they're at 67.5. Other Deed is at 2.4. Azuki is at 10.64. Clone X Takashi Murakami is at 9.5. It's up a little bit. Biggest increase so far has been Azuki. And Dots Country Club, non-existent. Chromies, this is not right. Jim is drunk, go home. The floor for Chromie Squiggles is 10, ladies and gentlemen. It is a 10.1 something something. What? No. How do I get? Oh. 10.10. So I don't know why it's showing 0.03 because that is so wrong. Duplicators are pumping. Somebody please tell me why. Are they being activated? Because they are now up to 3.5. Proof Collective is at 70, down from like over 100 just a few months ago. Primates. I've heard people say these are like literally the ugliest things they've ever seen. Jim won't even show you, they're so ugly. 0.092, I guess more Rider Rips mutants here. Meebits back down to their stable value. Mutants are honestly like the stable coins of the Yugo ecosystem. It's just constantly like around 4. Right now it's 4.16. So maybe, you know, are they going to do anything with Meebit's IP? Maybe, right? Because now they own it. And you could speculate that Meebits have more waves to ride. It's just kind of like timing it, which is insider info, which apparently is totally legal and totally rampant in this space. More on that later. CryptoPunks, this is the V1 wrap version, which is basically like somebody discovered this version that was discarded by Larva Labs, and then they wrapped it because it was like not compatible on Ethereum or something. And so this is supposed to be like the OG, like the draft version of the punks. They also pumped along with the solidified punks. Like, how would you say the official punks yesterday? Doodles are at 12.3. They've held really, really well. I feel like there's something, there's probably announcement of an announcement of an announcement that's sort of floating these bad boys. Not Reptilian Renegade. Goblin Town, oof, is down. Does that mean we are out of Goblin Town? Probably not. Probably not. Last year, things dumped a little bit during NFTea BAYC because everyone was just away from their laptops. And maybe that'll happen this year. Maybe not. We shall see. So Goblin Town's at 2.86 right now. Cool Cats is pumping. Obvious bag holder right here. Still up. Cool Cats is like an OG, so they're pumping to 4.16. They're having a really, really cool exhibit, party, booth, experience. They're having a really cool experience. Sorry, my brain is still waking up at NFTea BAYC, which I am totally jealous of because it looks really, really fun. And they're going to be coming out with like merch and stuff. So, like cat themed, food, hors d'oeuvres, discount goblins. Yeah, if you want to catch a falling knife, just kidding. Usually when I say that, that means you should buy. Because I talked shit about Goblin Town when they were at like 0.5, 0.8, at 1, at 1.5. So, you know, if I'm shitting on it, it's probably a buy signal at this point. These are all like Solana, so these numbers are weird. Beans Official, the companion to Azuki, are also pumping a little bit. 1.15. Fantastic. Fantastic. Oh, you guys, I just got my first ENS the other day. I'm a little proud of it. Somebody already took DeFiBay.eth, and that doesn't expire until like 2050 or something. So I went and got Xanity.eth, which is like my music handle. So that's cool. It's fun. It's fun. And of course, most other good names were taken, but I might pick up a few more because it is addicting. It's kind of like claiming your Web3 identity, even though for the most part, it feels very invasive, right? Because like part of blockchain is supposedly to be anonymous, and now you have your name tag. Anyways, Sneakerheads, they minted out a couple of days ago, and they are down 0.38. Probably because every single alpha group and veteran of the space knows to dump during reveal and then pick up after. I was like, is that VFriends too? Okay, so VFriends 1 is up 7.4. Psychedelics Anonymous Genesis, well, that's a mouthful, is 1.719. Moonbird's Oddities going up too for some reason. Must be an announcement of an announcement. They're at 3.22. I've been trying to get into that ecosystem for a while now. So if this NFTea thing dumps a little, I'm going to need Moonbirds to dump a little for me. Thank you. MFers is at 1.87, which, I don't know, it's kind of like, it's almost like a stable coin at that point too. Even after the announcement of Satoshi leaving, who was the guy who created MFers. CC0, do what you want kind of collection, but also the founder left, and I don't really know how big their treasury is. Like, what runway do they have? I mean, I guess if it's CCO, people are just kind of doing it for the meme power. But personally, in this type of market, I like to look at the treasury. Just straight up go into Discords and be like, yo, what's the treasury address? Let me look at it. And what are your strategies for making this last? And also monetizing somehow, right? For operations in the future. Because you know, if like Coinbase and FTX and all them companies are laying off people, you think an NFT project that raised millions on day one, 70% of which went to the founder, is really going to be hungry enough and capitalized enough to last through like a true bear market? I don't think so. Anyways, the Sandbox is at 1.32. Damien Hirst, God, this one is still so high, 8.4, forever unaffordable. Oh shoot. And Lollipop. This thing was so controversial. So it's at 0.2. I think people are, I think like the flippers have already kind of had their little, you know, dump, maybe buy, dump again. This one is a Thai artist who, you know, makes really, really cute stuff. This is unrevealed, but they partnered with 0x Studios, which kind of is like a cash grabber at this point, or that's the reputation, right? Because the previous project that they did was like Ugly People and Three Landers, both of which are well below, I think is like well below mint even. And then they were charging like crazy amounts of ETH for mint pass. So like if you wanted a mint pass for Lollipop, you had to pay, I think it was like 5 to 8 ETH. Insane. And this was when ETH was much higher than it is today, just to be able to get on the whitelist. And then the whitelist charged you like an additional price. And because they've like reworked so many of these drop mechanisms for Lollipop. And then I think the public DA started at 1.5 in this market when everything is like a free mint. And they were banning people in the Discord community for calling that out. So basically, it was a mess. It was a mess. I really wanted this project to do well. I mean, I even spoke about it in my videos back in like January, because they've been teasing this thing for months. And I thought it was really cute. I thought it was really well done. And yeah, it's kind of sad. Moving on, World of Women is pumping a little to 4.8. Should have picked one up at 3. Icon First Edition is at 0.155. I've seen some call groups try to like call this out multiple times. Doesn't seem to have really done much for the volume or momentum overall. And I mean, it looks cool, but here, I'll just show you. I mean, it's like a relatively cheap entry, right, if you want to flip, but yeah, I don't know. It's kind of this sideways 30-day volume, and then if you look at sales, it's decent. Volume is still decent. I mean, this could be a potential pump for sure. Potential flip right here. It's something, a lot of buzzwords, storytelling, immersive, future, creator, artist, like however you want to arrange those words is basically what it was. I know I'm not probably like saying they're marketing the best. They don't even have a freaking, okay. Okay. We'll go to their website. So you can't say that I butchered it. You slide to a lock, it looks really, really cool. A little confused. This kind of reminds me of the website for Phantom, where they had like a lot of this sort of, what would you call this? Like anime steampunk, uh, battle, warrior, alien, futuristic, metaversey type of thing. Um, so let's look at their map. They have a gallery which is now live. In progress is a radio where you can hear exclusive DJ sets and a mashup of future sounds, which sounds a lot like Warp Sound. There, of course, on the roadmap is a game that's in design to reimagine the future of immersive storytelling. So, cool. Drops, so you can drop original comics, one-of-a-kind artist originals, and other limited edition. You get fashion collabs, so hopefully, well, no, streetwear drops, that probably means hoodies. And then just to become an icon, with hints at festivals and immersive experiences. When I hear immersive experiences, I think of like AR and VR, you know. So that's kind of the hint that I'm getting. But yeah, it's 10,000 pieces. The goal is to create immersive storytelling. Okay, I'm done. That's cool. Sorry, I've read through so many of these like marketing buzzwords. I can't anymore. Um, Go to Mint Pass 8.850. Moomer is at 18.9. Bored Ape Kennel Club 6.55. BAYC pumped a little 0.65. This one could be an interesting play. I initially didn't touch them because the artist was kind of like caught grifting from the community and double dipping in both BAYC and the Star Catchers, and there was a big fallout from that. But apparently he's been, dropped from the team. Although who's to say that he doesn't just create a new wallet and get royalties and funds from that, right? Like once a name is tainted, I just don't like to go anywhere near the vicinity. VFriend Series 2 is down 0.439. Chimpers is still holding good at 1.8. I've been throwing lowball offers at them for quite a while. Very resilient, very thick floor. Pixel Vault Founders DAO, that's pumped a little bit, 1.55. The Goblins are around the same, 0.67. Murakami Flowers are 4.95. Oof, Pablo's got dumped hard. Yeah, this was a degen P&D straight from the get-go. I even mentioned them on one of my live streams, like I showed when they were minting actually. But I think it was a free mint, so I mean as long as you mint it for free, you're still up. These went up to like 0.2, 0.3. Invisible Friends 3.38, hoping that drops a little. Parallel Alpha is supposed to like release more of their games soon, so hopefully their shit pumps, because Lord knows I've been holding their cards for like ever. Lacoste is down 0.19, but since it's like a legacy Web 2 company, if they choose, they definitely have the cash infusion for this project. But but they may not. Either ways, this could be an entry point. The mint was 0.08 because I minted one and I've already sold. Cyber brokers 2.12. These went down. I think a good entry point for these would be like 1-ish. Because they raised a lot of money, but volume-wise, secondary-wise, not so much. The founder is like from finance, so if anything, you would think she knows how to budget and monetize. And that's pretty much it. Everything else is like super insignificant volume, regardless of their floor. Let's move on to OpenSea. Wow, look at the volume that has evaporated. It is a dry sea out here. So we are, I don't even know what number this is. Oh, okay. So from our peak of over 400 million, 476, sorry, million daily volume on that glorious day. We are now sitting at around 11 million. Ouch. What up, Dekenza? Upswing Alpha is going to take some time to come out, but let's see. Monthly sold, still down. Monthly fees are irrelevant. Active traders, we're back to like between November and December levels of last year. This chart's just frozen in time forever. This is crazy. So I'm assuming that these periods are like when Solana breaks. Oh, and we're running again, and it broke again. So Solana is this VC coin, Alt1, favorite child of VCs. And they keep breaking. I don't know how many times they keep breaking, but like, wasn't the point of blockchain to get on a decentralized platform that's unbreakable? I don't know, maybe a multiple. I do have some Solana NFTs, but I don't really actively go on there as much just because I never know when something's going to break and I'll like lose money because I can't sell. So yeah, but hey, I get free airdrops from there. It's like all shitty Fiverr art. Even their daily active traders are down though, you know, so I really do feel like this is when the system breaks and then it goes back up for a little bit and then it breaks again. It's kind of funny, but not. Okay, so this is the total NFT market overview. Secondary volume, we're at 67 billion, which is still down. Wait. Okay, so this is millions of ETH. So this is in terms of USD, this is in terms of ETH. 5K ETH volume. Yeah, so these are very low. We only have 418 collections that have over 5K in ETH volume. Oh no, we haven't gotten there yet. We will get there. About the Ryder Rips BAYC accusations, we will get there. Meebits da-da-da-da-da. This is all wash trade, guys. Dude, all wash trade. This, what the, it terraforms, like, I don't know anyone that owns one of these. It's total wash trades. Yeah. And then overview. Basically, the message is we're down. Cool. All right. Real quick, let's talk about insider trading while I have these tabs up, and then we'll go into the Ryder Rips thing because it is juicy. It's very juicy. So, like I was saying earlier this week, we had insider trading happen with the punks, right? So, if you just type in punks insider trading on Twitter, you can see everyone's thoughts on it all at once. And part of the reason is like it's not illegal, right? Because NFTs are not securities, and insider trading is only legal if it happens in like publicly traded shares or securities of a company. And half of these projects aren't even companies anyways. So it definitely happens. We had a huge volume on punks. I think NFT Statistics was the one that came out with it, or that I saw. Where was... Yeah, past 24 hours, punks are still number 2. But even before that, 87% male. So funny. Yeah, so since they started tracking in, like what, last October, the number of listings has hit a new all-time low. So people are obviously delisting. And then here you had the biggest increase in floor past 24 hours. This was yesterday. Yeah. You had punks as number 1. And someone claims to have caught the punks insider trading, but honestly, it's so hard to catch, let alone prove. I mean, the only reason that Nick Chastain was arrested for insider trading is because he violated employer-employee confidentiality agreements. Nothing to do with like inside trading securities. I guess when I find it, yeah, I guess when I find it, I will retweet it. But see, you have like 12 trades in 45 minutes. That just doesn't happen with punks in this type of market. It hasn't been happening. And you're saying all of a sudden, right? Okay, this is the one. This is the one. Found it. Booyah, tweeted. Okay, so June 18th, there was 121 punk trades, the most for a single day in the last 8 months. And then, literally, like a few days after that, Gargamile, I believe, he comes out and makes an announcement that they hired this guy from Christie's. All this scrolling, I'm so sorry. You can just fast forward if you're rewatching this. Here it is. Garga, he's one of the co-founders of Yuga, obviously the biggest players in the space. They get all of the media attention. And they announced that they hired Noah Davis, who was the one who brought Beeple's piece to auction at Christie's. And, you know, he says he has no vision of punks that includes rushed brand deals, shitty TV shows, or licensed lunch boxes. And yeah, so next month he is officially joining the team to lead CryptoPunks. And that is why I think, personally, that it pumped. And not only that, but apparently this thing happens really, really often. Because this guy made a Twitter thread back in December. I mean, it wasn't that long ago, but back in December, he said how not to do insider trading 101 because these people clearly did not care about hiding their tracks at all, and in fact were kind of flexing and posting for social validation. So VinnyVader.eth is the cousin of the Artifact co-founder, and Artifact was the project acquired by Nike. You know, obviously, no biggie. And this Twitter handle has since been deleted, but Sarah, 1 of 1, Vinny, and Kara Holiday 17, who still has a handle, and there's like 29,000 followers. It's insane. They all live in Salt Lake City, Utah, right? So he shows the screenshots of the co-founder congratulating his cousin Vinny Vader, and then going to Vinny Vader's page, Salt Lake City. Sarah, 1 of 1, Salt Lake City. Cara Bear, Utah. Probably Salt Lake City. And then he looked on Etherscan to see transactions connecting them. Turns out Sarah and Kara are best friends. And they made this photo where Sarah was like, da da da, my best friend right here. And then there's transactions between Kara and Sarah, where Kara sends Sarah 3 Ether, which back then was more than it is now. And then there's even more transactions between Sarah and Vinny, Vinny and Kara, and then OpenSea. So there's definitely connections. Shortly afterwards, Kara dumps 50 ETH of artifacts with no prior notable transactions in her wallet. And Sarah boasts on Twitter about putting her entire net worth, about 100 grand, into Artifact a day before the Nike Artifact announcement. So to me, I'm like if you're gonna wash trade, do you really have to flex it on the community? It's just insane, right? Or not wash trade, insider trade. She's like, good morning. I put all of my net worth into Artifact Clone's 100K because I believe these NFTs will help me buy my first house to raise a family as well. Also, YOLO. Cute, right? But then somebody was like, how's that 100K looking right now? And she literally says, just wait till tomorrow. Ha ha. I would buy now if you can. And of course, this thing pumps on the announcement. And you can see, oh, this is kind of hard to see, but if you look at Kara Bear, this is Kara Bear, I don't know if you can tell, they made a shit ton of offers on clone mint vials at around like 2. That's a lot of conviction or a lot of inside info. Vinny Vader does the exact same thing. He makes a tons of offers on clone X mint vials, knowing that they would pump the next day. Yeah, awful attempt at hiding it. Clearly we're not hiding it. And I guess like one of my questions is why, I don't know, maybe I'll think about that tweet next time. Like, why do you follow people that's been known to dump on their followers and like to their followers? Why do you keep following them? I don't get it. Oh yeah, I had the tweet up. Okay. Exactly. They're not even using an Anon wallet. It's literally using their name on their wallet. They went and like spent money and time buying an ENS name for their wallet and then using this wallet that has the same name as their Twitter handle and like just being like, yo, look. Like, it's so ridiculous. Okay, so let's wrap it up with Writer Rips. Woo! Today is juicy. Is it with a Y? I think it's with a Y, right? Okay. So this guy he's a creative director, artist, He has been on the Bored Apes for like ever, calling them Nazis, calling them like 4chan infiltrators and propagators. And he released a like a long video trying to expose Yuga for their known racial slurs. He was banned from Bored Ape Discord from trying to bring it up. No, that's somebody else banned. Let me find the video. Here it is. Oh. Okay, so maybe he didn't make this. He tweeted about it, said it was done by Third Eye of Truth, who ironically has the Bored Ape in their profile picture, and it's verified too, unless that's a fake octagon. And they made this YouTube video about how they're all Nazis. You can't hear it because it's in my earphones, but I'll give you the... Sorry, it's playing on both sides. Jesus. Okay, so I guess this is as far as I got. It was like 10 minutes. Yeah, so they go back about like how apes were used as, you know, racist symbolism and da-da-da-da-da, and everything is racist, and everything is like Nazi-leaning and right-leaning, and started from 4chan, and how, like, you know, Ian Dunlap apparently thinks the same thing. I mean, it's a lot to watch, but if you're in for a good conspiracy, I think this is probably the most fun conspiracy. I do remember seeing clips of this interview, and it was a little creepy. Um, but yeah, you know, feel free to. Wow, this video has how many views? Oh, why is it doing that? How do I get rid of this? Well, it's gotten 36,000 likes. Maybe if I expand the screen. Okay, so this has almost 500,000 views right now, and they uploaded it 2 days ago. So clearly a very popular video, but apparently they came out with their own NFT collection, the Writer Rips collection. Let's see if I can find his tweet. They got interviewed on Decrypt, which is a really big NFT Web3 newsletter. Okay, and apparently there's already imitations of the real Writer Rips Bored Ape. So, yeah, there's imitations of it. It's just, I don't know, I don't feel like it's a good degen play, probably because I'm not like degen right now in that way. I use Flashbots, it's slow AF. That's not going to get me in to front run. For real? James Fallon was at the Bored Ape NFT party yesterday. Does this have any effect on anything? I haven't seen his name yet. James Fallon. I don't see anything, but who knows at this point. I would say if you're bored and you got some free time, you can definitely entertain yourself with this. But trading wise, I don't know if they have enough real controversy to give these RR8 collections true momentum. I mean, yeah, 500,000 views is a lot, but at the same time, like, people's attention spans in this space is 10 to 15 seconds maximum. The fact that you're even watching a live stream longer than 5 minutes is incredible. Clap yourself on the back. I just don't see, because like Writer Rips has been a Bored Ape conspiracist and had this whole narrative for a very long time. This is not new. This is not like a Zagabond writing a post and coming forward suddenly, right? There's no change in narrative. And so I don't really know where that extra momentum would come if you're trying to momentum trade RR Bored Ape and RR Mutants, unless something else comes after the fact. But, you know, I mean, if you want to hedge on it, what's the entry right now? Let's see. Okay, so these are apparently fake, and like this is real. But why does the fake one... This is confusing. See, this is another reason. It's like, you don't even know what's real and what's not. Because they have the exact same owner, supply, volume. There's 3 of them. This one is probably not real. This one's probably real because people probably not paying 60 for it. And if you look at the volume here, there's decent volume. But like, what is the point of launching an exact replica? Unless these were supposed to be the collection without the Nazi symbols. But right here is a communist symbol right here. This thing, it's literally a Russian symbol. It's a communist Russian symbol, which he was shitting on. Right here is another one. Honestly, this, yeah, it's a Russian hat right there. It almost looks Chinese. I don't get what the point of this is. Like, what's he gonna do with the funds here? I don't even know if he changed. Wait. This is a complete copy, isn't this? Let's see if OpenSea. Let's see if OpenSea. I wonder if OpenSea will take this down off of their site. Interesting. You know what? Scratch that. There might be a momentum play here. If OpenSea's not taking it down yet. Owning an RRA will allow you to trade Yuga Labs assets without fees. So I'm guessing they mean creator fees, because obviously OpenSea is always going to take their fees. Yeah, so they have 0 creator fees. Let's look at the contract address. They're even using the same token name. That's going to confuse the hell out of some people. 6,900 of them. And about 3,000 holders. And Ryder Rips isn't even like the biggest holder. Oh, I bet the guy who created the documentary has one of these as his profile pic. It's a decent distribution. I'm like talking myself into it, but like, yeah, it's a decent distribution. Yeah, there's total like momentum and narrative, and I changed my mind real fast, guys. Honestly, in this kind of market, literally anything goes, right? Like, we had Goblin Town Market for a while. What's the next narrative? Is it going to be conspiracy theories? Like, people love conspiracy theories. Look at QAnon. It's a whole thing. They literally raided the Capitol because they love conspiracies. I don't know. Maybe throw it in a lowball offer and see what happens. Or just YOLO. This is so wild. Not a dull moment. But yeah, I think this is a good ending point for NFT Tuesdays. I think we drank a lot of tea here. But yeah, so if you wanted to find any of the tweets, I'm going to try and retweet some of these. Just go to my profile page at DeFiBay, follow me on Twitter, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a great, fantastic day. Cheers, y'all.